10 quickest muscle cars of 1968. What they cost then versus now. Back in 1968, you could snag this beast for a cool price, but today, a well-preserved GTE 428 Cobra Jet can fetch over $75,000. Then there's the 1968 Pontiac GTO, the Judge. It was a rebellion on wheels, turning heads for a cool $150,000. From the 1968 Ford Mustang Boss 42 to the 1968 Mercury Cougar GTE 428 Cobra Jet, here are the 10 quickest muscle cars of 1968. Starting with the Mercury Cougar GTE 428. Now, the Cobra Jet wasn't your typical muscle car. Sure, it boasted impressive performance, but it also offered a touch of luxury, making it a unique player in the muscle car wars. Underneath its sleek, somewhat understated lines, lurked a hidden weapon, the optional 428 cubic inch Cobra Jet V8. This powerhouse engine wasn't standard on the GTE, making the car a bit of a sleeper. Unassuming looks with a surprising amount of muscle, a true surprise for unsuspecting competitors. While the Cobra Jet engine delivered 335 horsepower and a respectable 0 to 60 mile/hour time of 6.5 seconds, the GTE did not sacrifice comfort for pure muscle. It offered more luxurious interior compared to some stripped-down muscle cars, making it a viable option for those who crave speed without compromising on creature comforts. The GTE 428 Cobra Jet wasn't the most popular muscle car in 1968. Production numbers were relatively low, and the higher price tag compared to some competitors scared off some budget-minded muscle car enthusiasts. However, this limited availability has contributed to its collectability today. A well-preserved GTE 428 Cobra Jet can fetch over $75,000, showcasing its status as a rare and desirable muscle car with a touch of sophistication. The 68 GTE 428 Cobra Jet wasn't the most ferocious muscle car on the road, but it carved its own niche. It offered a unique blend of performance, luxury, and surprise, making it a true head-turner and a reminder that muscle cars could come in all shapes and styles. The 1968 Pontiac GTO, the Judge. This wasn't just another muscle car. It was a homologation special with a rich racing heritage and a rebellious attitude. So here's why it became a legend. The GTO dominated NASCAR races in the mid-1960s. To compete in the series, manufacturers needed to produce a certain number of street-legal versions of their race cars, and the Judge was Pontiac's answer, a homologation special built to bridge the gap between the track and street. Under the hood, the Judge housed a high-output 400 cubic inch Ram Air engine. This powerhouse turned out a fierce 370 horsepower, making it a true force to be reckoned with on the road. And it wasn't just a show car. It possessed the raw power to back up its aggressive looks. The Judge wasn't shy about its racing pedigree. It sported a distinctive hood with large air scoops, a unique decals, and prominent rear wing. This audacious design, coupled with its vibrant paint options like Hugger Orange, made it a rolling billboard for Pontiac's performance prowess and a symbol of youthful rebellion. While not the most numerous muscle car in 1968, the Judge captured the imagination of gearheads. Today, these rare machines are highly sought after by collectors, and a well-preserved Judge can easily command a staggering $150,000 or more, solidifying its place as a coveted piece of automotive history and a testament to Pontiac's muscle car dominance. Now for the Plymouth GTX 446 pack. This was a muscle car that embodied raw power and brutish good looks. Here's what made it a force to be reckoned with on the drag strip and a head-turner on the street. Unlike its competitors, the more luxurious GTX with a single 4-barrel carburetor, the 446 pack housed a legendary 440 cubic inch V8 engine. But the real kicker was the trio of 2-barrel carburetors sitting atop the intake manifold. This setup unleashed a mind-boggling 375 horsepower, propelling the GTX from 0 to 60 in a blistering 5.8 seconds. Back in 1968, this was pure, unadulterated muscle. The GTX 446 pack wasn't shy about its capabilities. The hood featured a prominent bulge, hinting at the beast lurking beneath. Functional air vents helped cool the massive engine, and the dual exhaust pipe served as a constant reminder of the car's power. While some muscle cars opted for flamboyant design elements, the GTX focused on a more menacing, purposeful look. The GTX belonged to the Mopar family, a term used for Chrysler, Dodge, and Plymouth vehicles, and this car embodied that Mopar spirit, a focus on raw power, affordability, and a no-nonsense attitude. The 440 six-pack wasn't just a car, it was a symbol of Mopar muscle that resonated with gearheads who craved pure driving exhilaration. While the standard GTX was a popular choice, the 440 six-pack variant wasn't as widely produced. This relative rarity has contributed to its collectability today. A well-maintained GTX 440 six-pack can easily reach the six-figure mark, showcasing its enduring appeal as a true muscle car legend. The Chevrolet Chevelle SS 396 wasn't just another muscle car. It was an icon that struck a perfect balance between affordability, performance, and enduring style. Here's why it earned its legendary status. Unlike some high-priced limited production muscle cars, the Chevelle SS 396 offered accessible performance. With a price tag of around $3,200 in 1968, it was a viable option for a wider range of gearheads. This accessibility helped fuel its popularity and solidify its place as a true everyman's muscle car. Under the hood resided a 396 cubic inch V8 engine, a perfect balance between raw power and everyday usability. While not the most monstrous engine on the market, it turned out a respectable 350 horsepower, capable of launching the car from 0 to 60 in a brisk 6.2 seconds. This provided exhilarating performance without being overly intimidating for new muscle car enthusiasts. The Chevelle SS 396 boasted a classic, muscular design that has aged gracefully. The flowing lines, distinctive hood with optional cowl induction, and prominent SS badging exuded power without being overly ostentatious. This timeless design continues to resonate with car enthusiasts today, making it a recognizable and cherished muscle car icon. The Chevelle SS 396 offered a wide range of options for personalization. From engine upgrades to various paint schemes and interior trims, gearheads could tailor their Chevelle to their individual preferences. This ability to create a unique muscle car further fueled its popularity and cemented its place to automotive customization history. The Oldsmobile 442 offered a distinct alternative in the muscle car arena. Unlike some stripped-down bare-bones competitors, the 442 blended muscle with a touch of sophistication. Its powerful 400 cubic inch V8 engine pumping out 350 horsepower delivered exhilarating performance. However, the interior boasted plusher seats and a more refined feel compared to some rivals. The 442 possessed a distinctive design that strayed from the typical muscle car mold. The dual scoop hood hinted at its power, but the overall lines were sleeker and more aerodynamic. This unique aesthetic appealed to drivers who crave performance without sacrificing comfort or a touch of elegance. While the 442 wasn't the most popular muscle car in 1968, it carved out a loyal following. Today, these well-preserved machines are sought after by collectors who appreciate its blend of power, comfort, and unique design. A pristine 442 can easily surpass the $75,000 mark, showcasing its status as a desirable muscle car with enduring appeal for those seeking a distinctive alternative. Now for the Dodge Charger RT 440. This was a force to be reckoned with on both the street and the silver screen. Housing a monstrous 440 cubic inch V8 engine churning out 375 horsepower, the Charger RT 440 was a true asphalt eater. The powerhouse propelled the car from 0 to 60 in a blistering 5.5 seconds, making it one of the quickest muscle cars of 1968. The Charger RT 440 transcended its performance capabilities. Its aggressive design, featuring a fastback roofline, hidden highlights, and a prominent grille, made it a pop culture phenomenon. Its starring role in the iconic car chase scene in the movie Bullet cemented its place in automotive history. While not the most expensive muscle car in 1968 with a price tag of around $3,900, it wasn't exactly budget-friendly. However, its performance, iconic status, and relative rarity have driven its price sky high today. A well-preserved Charger RT 440 can easily reach the six-figure mark, solidifying its position as a coveted collector's item and a symbol of muscle car dominance. And now for the Ford Mustang Boss 429, an enigma wrapped in a powerful engine. Born to satisfy NASCAR regulations requiring manufacturers to produce a certain number of street-legal versions of their race cars, the Boss 429 wasn't built for mass production. Its colossal 429 cubic inch V8, detuned to a reported 480 horsepower, though rumored to be much higher, dwarfed the engine bays of most Mustangs. While the Boss 429 boasted immense power, it wasn't the most well-mannered car. The massive engine required a special hood with a prominent hood scoop, and its handling wasn't the most refined. This car prioritized raw power over everyday practicality. Due to its homologation purpose and unique characteristics, Ford only produced around 1,350 Boss 429s in 1968 and 69. This rarity has propelled them to legendary status among collectors. The price tag back in 1968, a staggering $7,200, nearly double a standard Mustang, seems like a bargain compared to today's six-figure valuations. The Boss 429 remains a coveted symbol of unbridled power and a unique chapter in Mustang history. So we hope you enjoyed our trip back to 1968 to enjoy these awesome muscle cars. If you liked our video, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel.